you have played any kind of competitive shooters historically, you have noticed something completely different about the kinds of teammates that you get when playing Marvel Rivals.
Think about your life! You are a failure. You are a failure. You can never make it. You know you cannot make it.
And you may be entirely confused as to why it feels like your Marvel Rivals teammates are somehow far more incompetent than any other teammates you have ever gotten in any video game ever. And I'm here to give you a pretty straightforward, simple and easy answer as to why that is. It's because Marvel Rivals is a Marvel property. Now, I'm not some kind of weird Zack Snyder cultist who just says negative things about Marvel because I don't like Marvel. I personally love Marvel, but this is why I understand why you're having such a hard time with your teammates. Marvel Rivals, unlike a lot of other competitive shooters, does something completely different in the way it garners its audience. Think about games like Overwatch. Overwatch came out as a competitive team shooter, and it was a completely new IP with completely new characters. So if you weren't a person who was already interested in competitive shooters, it was highly unlikely that you were going to get into the game anyway. The thing that pulled in a lot of casuals for Overwatch was its presentation, its art style, its ease of accessibility in the beginning, and a lot of the cinematics at the time. But outside of that, you didn't really get a lot of people who had no experience with hero shooters in the past, or shooters in general. The issue with Marvel Rivals, and I say issue loosely, I don't think it's a bad problem. I think overall it will be healthy for the lifespan of the game to continue to have a very casual audience who will continue to return and play the game when new characters are released, purchase microtransactions, etc., etc. But the issue is in the fact that Marvel is such a universally loved property with universally recognizable characters. You're getting people from all walks of life loading in to this free-to-play game where they get to play as their favorite superhero. So where in a game like Halo, you're getting someone who has years or even decades of shooter experience, in a game like Marvel Rivals, you could be getting little Timmy, a 5-year-old who just likes Spider-Man, and that's why your Spider-Man is going 0-25. He's not particularly good at the mechanical aspect of the game, but it's really fun to web swing around, and he respawns, so it doesn't matter if he dies a bunch, he gets to keep web slinging into the fight and trying again. It is genuinely that straightforward and that simple. It's sort of why the MCU has this negative reputation amongst film snobs and film critics, because it's so childish and surface level and yada yada yada. But that's what brings in a lot of people. The ease of accessibility. People who don't care about shooters getting to enjoy that hero fantasy of playing the characters that they've loved for decades in a faithful and respectful recreation with their friends. So think about that next time you're with your teammate who is just absolutely shitting the bed the entire match. It could be somebody's 6-year-old who just picked up the controller in a competitive shooter for the first time. You won't be getting the same caliber of teammate that you would get in a Valorant or a Halo or a Call of Duty or an Overwatch. You're most likely going to get a very, very casual player who just likes playing the cool superhero that they read in their comics or they saw in the most recent Marvel film or whatever. And if you're really, really mad about it, go to Ranked. It's slightly better there. Thanks for watching. Behave yourself.